What's that? Board? Cord? Like a cord? A cable? Yeah, they can be around it. It's fine. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it. It's fine. Hey, good morning. It is Father's Day weekend, and I just wanted to encourage the dads today. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, whether you are a dad, you're a soon-to-be dad, or maybe even just a spiritual father to someone. We just want to recognize you and just say thanks for doing what you do. I'm a dad. My oldest is 21. I have 9 kids. So I've been a dad for a while, and I've learned a few things along the way. And so I just wanted to encourage everyone today. Today I want to talk specifically about a lot of times we focus on like our destination, like the final thing. Whether you're working on a project or maybe a project at work or even just with your family stuff, like you have this picture in your mind of what the end result will look like. And I don't know for you, but for me, sometimes that's overwhelming. Sometimes you see a project or you see something and it just looks too big. I don't know how I'm going to get to that point. There's too many processes, too many things I got to do to get to the end point. And so I just wanted to encourage us today that we don't have to worry about the end. We just have to focus on what's next. So today I want to talk about it's not about the finish line, the end result, but it's about the starting line, or more accurately, just the next step that you got to take. So I want to read the scripture. Proverbs 4:26-27 says, "Give careful thought to the paths of your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or left. Keep your foot from evil." So let's break this down a little bit. Give careful thought to your paths for your feet. That's not about the whole journey. It's just about the next few steps. We don't have to worry about what the end result will be. Just focus on what's next for you. So the next part says, be steadfast in all your ways. That means being consistent, not just making one good choice, but making that same choice each and every day. And then the last part, it says, do not turn to the right or to the left, but keep your foot from evil. It's a focus on staying on track, even if the destination feels far off. So just think about it like this, like whether you're starting like a building project, maybe you're building a house, maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're building a business, maybe you're on your farm and you got to put in a big fence line. You can't start with the finish line. Like it takes progress to get to where you're going, right? And you got to have blueprints or you got to have a plan in place. And those plans are going to break down the final vision into bite-sized pieces, some next steps that you can take. Fatherhood and life in general is a lot like that. We can get so caught up in the grand vision, like I need to raise my child in this way that they become a doctor, become a lawyer, become something really successful. Or I want to raise kids who are perfect. Or maybe it's on ourselves, like that burden of I need to be a perfect husband or a perfect father and never mess up. Like that's not the case, right? But then we make one mistake, our kids act up or whatever, and we feel like just a really big failure. And it feels intimidating. We can feel overwhelmed. I know I have felt that way. But what if we just focused on the next right thing, taking that first step or taking the next step? I remember years ago, I was dealing with something that was really crippling, like, and it gave me anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of shame, and I didn't know how to deal with it. And there was some stuff that had came up in my life that was rooted in some pains from my past, some childhood stuff, some stuff when I was a young adult, and there was a lot of fear and shame and guilt and just a lot of stuff tied to it, and I didn't know how to deal with it. Like it just internally was wearing me out, and I knew where I wanted to go. I knew the man that I wanted to be, but I didn't know how to get there because the journey seemed too big. Like it was this mountain, and I didn't know how to climb it. And I finally got to the point where I was like, I just need to take a step. Like take that first step and then take the next step, right? Like, just keep taking those steps. And that's what I did. First, I went to my wife and I just started sharing with her what was going on inside of me and in my heart. And she was incredible. And she was able to just help me through that, help me sort out my emotions. From someone who buries stuff and never talks about stuff, she was able to help me see into those things, those pain points in my life that I had never really dealt with and that were causing all these issues. Um, then I started attending like a class that was just for this, for like healing, like spiritual healing and stuff. And it gave me a lot of tools and resources. And within those tools and resources were steps to take. So don't focus on the mountain, focus on that next step. It's about making a conscious decision daily, sometimes hourly, to make that next right choice. It's choosing patience instead of snapping at your kids when they spilled something for the 5th time. That's the next right step. It's about choosing to spend 5 to 10 minutes with your teenagers and having a conversation with them at the end of a long day instead of vegging out and relaxing. That's the next right step. It's about choosing to spend 5 minutes in the Word or in prayer when you're feeling spiritually dry. That's the next right step. It's choosing to forgive yourself for a mistake or to have a conversation or admitting that you're wrong to your wife or your kids. That's the next right step. But here's the thing, we're all going to mess up. We're all going to stumble. I mean, that's what reality is. None of us are perfect. We are all sinners. We all have things that we are dealing with. Nobody's perfect. No dad is perfect. That's just reality. That's the truth, right? But the beautiful thing about that is that we have new mercies every morning. It's a new day. Make the next right step today. It's not about perfection, but progress. Here's a couple more scriptures I think just really reiterate this idea, right? Psalm 37:23-24 says, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." This is powerful. God makes our steps firm. Maybe not the whole path at once, but each step. When we stumble, he's there to uphold us. We don't have to fear the missteps as much as when we know that he's got us. James 4:13-14 says, "Now listen, you who say today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Why do you not even know what will happen tomorrow? What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes." This might seem a little harsh, but it's a good reminder of our human limitations. We can plan all we want, but we don't know what tomorrow holds. We need to live in the present moment. We can't guarantee the long-term outcome, but we can choose what we do with the time that we have right now. About 3 or 4 years ago, I was facing a tough situation at work, and it was really tough. In the moment, I felt really overlooked and undervalued, and it was really tough internally for me trying to work through my emotions. At first I was really angry and upset, then I became resentful, and it took me about a year to work through all of that. But then I chose to take the next right step. I chose joy. I chose to find ways to make myself even more of an asset, even when I was feeling undervalued. And you know what? I don't know what the final outcome of that is yet. Like, we're still in the process. I don't know what's next. I don't know what the future holds. But what I can say is, like, I just take the next right step. Try to be an asset as much as I can. Choose joy, even when you're feeling undervalued and overlooked. And the relationships at work are so much better than they were before. And I don't bring home the anxiety and the angst and the turmoil, and my family doesn't feel the burden that I was feeling back then. It feels so much better now, and just because you're just taking the next step, making progress. It's not about the finish line, it's about just taking the next step. So this Father's Day weekend, I just wanted to encourage you and encourage myself. Let's not be intimidated by the final destination. Let's not be overwhelmed by trying to be a perfect man or a perfect husband or perfect father. Instead, let's committing to making the next right decision, to taking that next step. What is the one thing, the single step that I can take today or tomorrow to honor God, to love my family better, or to grow as a man? Maybe it's to say I love you to your kids when it feels awkward. Or maybe it's to spend 15 minutes with them. Maybe it's to admit and confess to something that you've been holding on to. Maybe it's just to spend more time in the Word or pray about guidance and wisdom for the future. God isn't asking us to fix all of our problems at once. He just wants us to trust Him and take the next right step. it says that he's already made firm the steps of those who delight in him. Our job is to take the next step. Put one foot in front of the other, make the next right choice, and just trust him that he will guide us along the way. So with that said, happy Father's Day. We hope that you have a great weekend spending time with your family. We love you here at Jonestead Farm. Please continue joining us along the journey. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.